This is my experience. When you're a teen and you grow up and they're like, drugs are the worst thing you could ever do. If you ever do drugs, you'll lose your mind instantly and you'll become a psycho. That was my thought. And then you like are around them and you try some of them and you're like, oh, they're not even that bad at all. This is it. And then you just get into this world where you're like, you just want to be hardcore.
There's a lot of cachet in it when you're young. Like the guy who like does drugs is kind of like, there's one of them who's like one of the cool, there's like the football player's really cool. And then there's the really cool party guy who like breaks the law and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the really cool football guy's probably going to have a better future.
Oh yeah.
So like the really cool drug guy, I'm always like, it doesn't have a great expiration on it. Like you want to maybe shed that identity faster.
It's not
than
going
it feels good. Yeah.
But I think it's a big thing too, because I was the same way in our high school where they're like, I remember the teacher like grabbed an apple and he's like, if you smoke weed, he smashed the apple. It's like, this is your brain after you smoke weed.
How strong was
like,
this guy?
His name was I
Was he like the wrestling coach or something?
He was for a while. He taught the Holocaust class. He was like the football coach that taught the Holocaust class.
Wow, what a beast.
And so he's like, if you smoke weed, you're gonna go schizophrenic. Your brain turns to fucking applesauce or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we're like, oh, holy shit. And then you smoke weed, you go, well, that wasn't even bad at all.
Yeah.
Heroin's probably not even that bad then. Like if they're saying this is bad.
If they're lying about this.
Yeah, if they're lying about that, they're probably lying about this. And you know.
Yeah, fear mongering doesn't work. They should be more measured and be like, look, if you smoke a lot of weed now, you'll probably end up at best lower management. You'll have a lot of bosses and you won't be able to afford to go on vacations. And then you'd be like, oh, fuck, man.
Dude, that's actually really scary.
It's like more realistic. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, dude, you should come. Like, we got JT to come in here. And he's like, look, you probably, best you could do is maybe the Gulf Coast for like, a weekend.
Once every couple of years, and it's going to be a couple day trip. No one's going to like where you're staying. It's going to just be frustrating.
And the whole time you're going to be just so stressed about money. You can't even enjoy it.
Yeah. Every time your kid asks for something, you're going to be shaking a little bit. And then you're going to smoke more weed. It's just a bad mutually reinforcing cycle, man.
You're gonna peak, and then you're gonna look back on the glory days, and then you're gonna try to smoke weed again. It's not even gonna feel the same, and you're gonna be like, man, what is there to life? And then you'll probably kill yourself.
Yeah, your wife will probably leave you for somebody who's more educated. It's just gonna hurt, man. Don't do it. Yeah. So maybe just wait to do it. Wait, so you partied hard in like college and stuff?
Yeah, I'm sober now. I went to AA. I did all the AA stuff. But I was like, this was like after college. College was pretty traditional, just partied like everyone else. And then after everybody kind of like got jobs and figured it out. And I was like, I had a startup that I left and then was just playing in bands. And that's when I was like slowly, because I had like, during the day, I didn't really have much to do. So I'd like party a bunch. And it would be like the thing where,
yeah, it's tough when you don't have a structured day.
No structure. And I'm someone who like, now that I'm like sober, like, oh, I crave that and I need it. If like if I have my plan for the day, if it changes slightly, I like fucking gonna spaz out right now because this is not how I thought it was gonna go. But I just feel bad for my parents looking back because I would do like that kind of shit where they would call and I'd be like, so I couldn't even talk really, and I'd have like these 20-minute conversations with them where I'd be like,
just rambling,
not like talking like
just muttering
like this shit like that. And like they're like, what is wrong? And they couldn't do anything. What are they gonna do?
Your parents are religious, right?
Yeah, we're all Mormon.
Right.
So
that's a big deviation from the norm there.
I mean, technically there's a lot of that, at the end of the day, Mormons are kind of just like another group of people. But so it does happen. And a lot of my, family members who do decide to go down that path have a hard time with it. People always ask if it has something to do with it. I have no idea if it really does or not, or if it was just
your hardwiring or just your instincts.
And people were, at the end of the day too, it was like, people think it's like from some sort of trauma or something, but it's really like, oh, I liked the way it felt and it was fun. And then it kind of deteriorated. I think a lot of times when you go to AA, you hear like, I feel like people try and justify it in some way about their past or their mindset. Or one thing I always hated, which never made sense to me, is people would get in my face and be like, alcoholics are built differently. There's like this certain chemical in your gut that when you drink it, it makes you crave it more. And I'm like, I don't know if that's even true at all. Like that doesn't make, we have like a special
I have kind of a similar issue with a lot of, because I think a recovery really works. Yeah. But sometimes when there's like grand unifying theories, I'm always like kind of resistant to that, where they're like, either there's like the core wound one where it's like, look, something happened to you, it crossed the wires, and this is how you mend that. And I'm like, I don't think that, maybe that's me, but I don't think it's that guy. And
for sure.
There's always exceptions to everything, I guess.
Man.
Guys, we're here today with Sam Orson.
Rolling?
Yeah, we've been rolling for a while.
Oh shit!
We're here with Sam Orson, hilarious
all that
guy.
stuff I just said was a joke.
Dude, part of the reason I wanted to have you on, we've been buddies for a while.
Yeah.
You're a great guy, hilarious guy, super
you.
talented guy. You mentioned you do music. You like rip at the piano. We talked one time about like your theater performances and like the visuals that you would put on during the shows. It's like super intricate. You have like a successful white collar job. You're kind of good at everything. And then you got these videos blowing up on the internet right now.
We're finally getting some motion, boys.
You got some critical mass going. And I heard about them not from following you. Jake brought them up to me last time we did a podcast.
Oh,
and I didn't know they were yours. And so Jake was like, yo, there's this dude online who does these videos who's like, I'm recording these for my own safety.
Yeah.
That's him, dude.
Really? I didn't know that.
This is him.
That's fire. So one of the things I love about that too is I like being anonymous, kind of. And like all the stuff I do, I don't really like being seen. So something like this,
which is hilarious because you're very handsome. That's such a handsome guy. That's such a handsome guy thing to do.
Oh, that's very, like all the bands I played, and I always had these intricate masks, so you could never tell who I was. And
it's
I
like Tom Hardy always wearing something to cover his face in movies.
Because I mean, obviously, I'm thankful for people who like what I do, but like I'm kind of like a private guy, and I don't like the idea of being stopped or. Like I like people to know like the stuff I'm working on and the stuff I'm proud of.
But you don't want to be famous as a person.
Yeah, not necessarily. It just it creates just like a lot of stress for me. So I'm much rather like something like this where I can have the camera pointing away from me and people just like what it is. It's like, oh, this is way nicer because I just I don't like being stopped in the grocery store. Obviously, I'm happy when it happens. And like we did a spot the other night, and there was like some people that came up to me after. And they're like, we're a fan of your videos. We looked on your, your tagged photos to see where you're performing. Because I usually don't like posting the spots I'm performing if it's only like 5 to 10 minutes. Because to get people to come out who maybe don't go to comedy that often, and they're like, oh, we want to come see you. And then I just do like 5 to 10 minutes. I feel like I want you to come to like the 45-minute sets or whatever. Yeah. But like they were seeking it out, and they were like big fans of what it was, and they're like, I thought you were gonna be like way younger, because I think because all the fans, like if you look at the people, they're like 16 to like 21.
That's great, dude. You can age with the demo.
I think so, but then I'm like a 35-year-old unk that's just like way older than they would ever anticipate. So
35-year-old unk.
Dude, I'm so unk, it's crazy. But I'm also like probably the youngest guy in LA when it comes down to it, like in terms of. Like the 16 to 21-year-old group of people, like those are my guys. Yeah. Whenever I do a show and it's like, oh, that's the age group, I'm like, I'm about to fucking crush. Yeah. And anytime it's like a little bit older, sometimes they love it, and sometimes like they're like not quite sure what's going on. But the younger kids are the best because they just get it right away, and they're down to be silly. I don't need to make some strong political points or anything like that. I can just goof off, and they love it.
And you've always had this kind of desire to stay anonymous? Like, was there something that sparked that stress about being seen?
No, I mean, not specifically. It's just I just like
it's because you're Mormon.
It could. I mean, it always comes back to that, doesn't it? It always comes back to being Mormon. No, but it's
well, and you're also very jacked. So are you worried that people are going to critique your physique?
Always, dude.
Smart. Yeah.
But I wasn't always when I was drinking. I was this same height, and I was 135 pounds. So I was like 75 pounds lighter than I am now. So
and if you don't mind me saying, you're still not that heavy considering how tall and jacked you are.
I know. So it's fucking spiraling right now.
You sent me a text after the podcast. You're like, you rude bitch.
Dude, you fucked my shit up. No, but that's like a mental thing that like is hard for me because when I lose weight or I'm getting skinnier, I associate it with that time in my life. So if I'm like losing weight or getting skinnier, I'm like, oh, you're a drug addict again. You're like like going back to the even though it's not really true, and it might be like a little bit of a
you're French
disorder or whatever, but always trying to get bigger. Just to like kind of like move past that, because it was so funny too when I was like super skinny. I would like look in the mirror and be like, you look fucking awesome, dude. You look so good. And I was like, you could see every single one of my ribs, and like just looked like a disgusting like Matthew McConaughey in the AIDS movie. Yeah, exactly like that.
AIDS movie is a better title.
AIDS movie and
AIDS movie.
Man, but I think just being anonymous, I think it's just like I'm a very private guy, and I just like having like those areas in my life separate. Like I was, even with these videos coming up, like I've had a lot of people will say the same thing, like, oh, you got to find someone to get your face in there. And it's like, I don't really want that, you know.
No, it's like John Wilson too has had great success just doing it from like his POV.
Yeah,
I think there's something artistically interesting about it.
It's nice too, and then it's also, you know, kind of like at that point there's no question like, oh, this people like this guy because he's funny and he's good at what he is. There's none of the you know, oh, he's a tall guy, so people just like him because...
You don't want people to think that you don't want it to do well because of your looks. So this is a great way to like be like, this is good because it's good.
Yeah, and I always, you know, felt that way. And but that's always something that comes up, not just, you know, with me, but with a lot of, especially like, you know, it kind of happens to girls all the time. You know,
of course.
Girls, people only like her because she's hot or whatever. Like,
right.
And so to completely remove that just puts all the focus on whatever you're making to, you know, just, I don't know, make it as authentic as possible. And yeah, and I just like keeping my shit private. Like I don't talk, you know, a lot of comedians will get really personal with personal stories and stuff like that. And I appreciate that when I see it, but I'm like, oh, there's no way I could ever do that. Like I'm never going to do that to I'm never going to talk about my family on stage. Cause one, I feel like they're also private, and that's like,
they didn't sign up for it.
They didn't sign up for this, you know. They don't want me to talk about this kind of stuff. So anytime I do talk about like personal stuff or life stuff, I kind of throw it through like a surreal metaphorical lens. So it's like still like it's a true story, and it's like the truth behind what I'm talking about is real, but it's completely masked in something else that's like just more surreal, more fun, and more goofy.
Yeah, you gave me a lift home from the store one time, and I remember you told me, you were like, I don't really want comedy to be my main thing, because then I would have to like make compromises in how I do comedy. Like you like having it be a passion rather than a profession to an extent.
Yeah, and I think that changed after I was doing music for a while, because when I was younger, I had it in my head, I don't even know when it came, but like, oh, I have to be a rock star, otherwise I failed. Like I have to be like the world's biggest rock star, otherwise, you know, my life is meaningless. And then, you know, I held myself to like that weird standard, and then like like after I got a little bit further along, I'm like, oh, like this lifestyle and what I'm doing, I don't even really like doing this. Why am I like forcing myself to do this? So that's kind of like the approach I took with comedy, which is like a little bit more chill of, I like doing this. The main reason I like doing it is because the people, and it's like fun to hang out with, like the diversity of like, I'm not just talking about, you know, like racial diversity, but there's so many different types of like thinkers and ways people see the world. And like, I think for the most part, comedians are a group of people who can hang around people who see the world like very differently and not freak out about it. You know, they can be in the same room and they can be on the same shows. And that's something that was really appealing to me. So for me, like with comedy, like I love it and I'm having, you know, some decent success with it. But if at any point in my life, I'm like, oh, I'm not enjoying this anymore, like I have like no problem being like, I'm not going to do it anymore then.
Yeah.
You know,
that's cool.
And that's what I see with a lot of, you know, not just comics, but artists who have been doing it for 15, 20 years. And you can tell it's like, hey, your life is like complete shit now. And like, you're unhappy. And this thing that you know, say you love is actually like ruining your life.
Lay off me, dude.
Yeah, so like, maybe, like it's, I know like it's, you spend a lot of time in it, but like you can always,
you can pull the shoot.
Yeah. It really does not take that much time to like
reconfigure a new thing.
Your life into something that will actually make you happy. Because
I
feel like people will just like jam whatever, you know, dream they had as a kid, like down their own throat for.
Yeah, because if you say it's all or nothing in this thing, it's really hard to say, okay, it was nothing. That's a hard, like...
Yeah, that's not... Yeah, it's a hard... I had to swallow that with music, you know?
Yeah. It's nice for athletes almost, where it's like...
You have to be done.
You can't delude yourself. It's like, bro, you're 40, you're not going to make the NBA.
Dude, I was so delusional. I remember...
Pop an ACL.
My dad's a tall guy. My dad played college ball. And I remember I was like... This is after I graduated college. my backup plan legitimately was to play in the NBA. I'd never played high school basketball. I never played basketball seriously, but I'm like, I'll just start like hooping like seriously, and then I'll just go play in the NBA if like things go really bad for me. That's how like delusional like my mindset was back then.
What kind of rock band was it?
This was like, I played in a few, so I'd play drums in other people's bands, and they were usually like psych indie bands. And then in my own project, it was called Shit Ghost. I still do music underneath it, but it's that's more of like a psychedelic art rock.
You played it for me. It's really cool.
It's trippy, yeah. It's like kind of like 80s shoegazy, Talking Heads style music, but very, very artsy. Like it's supposed to be like kind of a show, and like speaking of like the theatrics of it, like so me and the drummer, who was a good friend from high school, we had these masks that we would wear, and then we'd also have like contortionists on stage. We'd have like the aerialists. We'd have like it was very very Wookiee at some points too. We'd have like the jugglers and the hula hoopers, but the contortionist was always the coolest part because we had some of these like slower ballad songs, and he would like just get up on the center of the stage and like bend his head back and like put his face like right in front of his nuts like this.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was like, so it's
Kevin, our buddy Kevin would love that.
Why, he's trying to suck his own dick or something like
Oh,
that?
he would love that. Yeah.
You know Kevin.
Yeah, no, I know Kevin. Kevin's so funny. But yeah, it's also when you see that you realize, because as a kid you're like, oh, like sucking your own dick, that's like a total fantasy. Like that's not something that really happens. It's only something that happens in your dreams, and right after it happens you wake up. But then you see like if you work hard at it, like just about anybody can do it. He was telling me I couldn't do it because like the way my body, I'm too tall, and like the way my body
just your
structure would make it very difficult.
Do you have a lot of dreams like that?
Not anymore, man. Not so many. I mean, I'm a big lucid dreamer. I get into that pretty seriously.
Really? I
set my alarm for it's probably bugs Audrey so bad, but like 6 a.m. I don't wake up till like 7, but I'll set it like 5:45, 6, and then I hit the snooze like 6 times.
Yeah.
Because when you're in that zone, those 10 minutes where you fall back asleep, it's just like you're wide awake and whatever's going on, and then you know.
It does. And you need kind of like a rolling start. It's hard to get up right at the first alarm.
Yeah, I was, I tried that for a little bit where I was like, oh, I'm gonna put my phone like on the other side of the room and wake up and go over there, and I'm just like, this is so like, this is like how bad of a structure I need. If I wake up at a different time than I'm used to, like 30 minutes earlier, I'll throw up for like the first like 15 minutes of the day.
You'll throw up?
Like my body is like so confused about what's happening.
Interesting.
So like that's one of those things, like especially with comedy, and like I'm not like a road like I can't be like waking up in different time zones every day. Like it just does not sit well with me. Like even physically, like it makes me like legit sick to mess up with like the structure that I've like, my body like rejects it. And
you one thing I like about you, very clear boundaries too. And one of my favorite things he told me is that if you're at a party or whatever it is, when it hits 11, you're out.
Oh yeah. Hard out. Even that kind of happened last night too. And I try and set these expectations with people before I go, so it's not a problem. Especially like if I'm with my girlfriend and we are going somewhere together. And you guys know Audrey, she likes to talk to people. I say, okay, here's
super social, very
here's
funny.
the thing. And I'll say this at 10 a.m. in the morning when we're doing the morning, debrief. I go, okay, we're going to this party tonight. 11 o'clock is when I'm leaving for sure. And then almost every single time, 11 o'clock comes around and she goes, oh, do you want to stay for like 15? And it's like, it's 11 o'clock. We said 11 o'clock. We're out. And we're moving. Yeah. And so it kind of happened like last night. It was like, I was like 10:45 is when we're leaving. 10:45 hits, it's time to go. And then, we're trying to walk out of there and just saying goodbye to every single person. And I'm just like...
She doesn't do Irish goodbyes.
She can't do it like I can. I just walk right out.
Yeah.
And it's just... but I feel like if you set that expectation to people beforehand, there's no like... because I don't want them to feel bad that like, oh, I'm not having a good time, I'm out. So if I tell them like in the morning, like, oh yeah, I'm going to come tonight, I'm leaving at 11.
I only have so much fun juice now too.
Yeah.
Like, I went to Jack Fink's birthday, and I don't really go out that much, but I went out to his party, and I was having a good time for like 45 minutes, and then I just felt everything go out of my body, and I was like talking to someone I was talking to like Chimbor, and I was like, I just got to get the fuck out of here. I didn't think about anyone. I just went.
Oh yeah. See, I can't do that anymore. Of like it's like being in like a social prison that we create for ourselves. 'Cause there's nothing keeping you there. There's nothing that's like you have to stay here. There's no like actual prison, but there's like this feeling when you're like with a group of people. You can be like in the green room. You could be like at a party where it's like, oh, I want to go, but like you're like, I have to stay. I have to wait for a commercial. I have to wait for a lull in the conversation. Yeah. No, you don't. You can just get up and go.
That's the thing when you're real young. Like when you're in high school or like college age, you're not allowed to leave. Oh, like there's some voice in your head that's like, well, I'm not having a good time, and I kind of look like I'm not having a good time, but I have to stay. Yeah, and then I don't know. Once you get to like 33 or something, you're like, I can leave. It's fine. Yeah, some people probably have it earlier. Some people probably have it later. For me, that was my journey.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm much more happy with as I got older is just that like the ability to set boundaries and have people like, I feel like people respect them for the most part. Like there's no peer pressure anymore when you're 35 really. And if your friends are peer pressuring you at 35, like what they have like probably like a serious problem that needs to be addressed. If your friend's like, oh, do you want to smoke this cigarette? Like, no, I don't want to. Dude, you gotta smoke. You gotta try.
I've been smoking some cigarettes once in a while. You see me smoke.
Yeah, you're chiefing
right around here too. That's kind of how I celebrate. Like, where was I? I had a show on Saturday, and it like went well, and I was happy, and it was just a good day overall. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette today. Mm-hmm. That's kind of my
that's
thing.
awesome.
Dude, that is.
I like it more than the vape right now.
Yeah, I don't think I've smoked a cigarette or two, but I've never really like.
I think they're nastier than the vape.
Right.
Like, cause they smell. Like,
but you get how's the buzz?
I think the hit's harder. Like, I think it hits harder. Yeah. It feels more potent to me. Yeah. But like, you can smoke the vape in the car. I smoked a cigarette in my car.
Oh, that's crazy.
And like, it stunk for like 2 days. Like, I didn't want to drive. I was like, I can't bring my kids in this. I got the car cleaned and stuff. But it was like,
that work. Yeah. Spent $500 getting the car detailed because I wanted to smoke a cigarette for 5 seconds. I took
paper towels and soaked them in soap and like cleaned the areas. Like, I had to clean. And they're like, you got to clean everything. You got to clean everything you touched that it was cigarette hands. So I cleaned like the steering wheel, cleaned the door. Yeah, it was. Dude, it's the same. And I didn't want. She'll listen to this, but she didn't know. But like my fiance, like she would not have appreciated. So like I had to do it like sneaky too. I was like,
yeah. If she got in the car to like take the kids somewhere.
Yeah, and it smelled like cigarette. I was gonna be so embarrassed. So I just was being a fiend, and I didn't even think about it. And then when I got home, I went back in the car, and I was like, holy shit, this stinks like my parents' car when I was a kid. I was like, I gotta clean. And when I was a kid, all my friends would come into my parents' car and be like, what the hell is that smell? Like everybody would like kind of talk trash.
Dude, yeah, smoking. It's like just as bad when you like eat McDonald's in your car.
Yeah, when you get into someone's car and they just have a bunch of my friend.
It'll last like 3 or 4 days. Like if you leave if you leave a fillet of fish like box in the back of your car, you're like actually fucked for about a week and a half.
Yeah. I was in junior college and my friend Holly was giving me a ride home and I got in her car and in the front seat was just like 4 days worth of fast food on the ground and I was like, hilarious. You're not doing great.
It like fogs, it like makes like the whole car like have like the sepia tone like on the windshield and stuff like that. Yeah, smoking inside the car, that was always like,
it's a no.
I had friends in like 2019 who would smoke cigarettes in their apartment still, and it's like, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah, smoking cigs inside.
That's the nice thing about the vape. It's got the versatility. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it at the airport.
Oh yeah, hit the stall. Yeah, I'll hit the stall.
You when you gave me that vape one time because you just buy a vape and then use it for one night, whatever, and throw it away. You're like, oh, hold on to it. I'm like, okay, I'll just keep it in my car for like a little bit, and like I'll just maybe smoke it when I'm driving. And then it'd be like one of those things I wake up in the morning, I go, I think I left something like in my car or something like that.
Oh, your brain was tricking you to like get back out
I think
there.
I like left like my glasses in my car or something like that. Go down there, hit this real quick, and all of a sudden like Audrey's like, why are you going down to your car like every 20 minutes to like I just think I've been leaving stuff.
That is true.
There.
I was like trying to be a nice guy. Like I was like, oh, Sam's a good guy. I'll let him use my vape. And then I'm like, I'm not thinking in my head like, am I putting his life on a negative trajectory by giving him this?
No, I gave it to somebody else. After a couple weeks. Yeah, like get rid of this thing.
Keep the team. Have you guys been watching the Winter Olympics?
A little bit. I've
Stoles,
seen Eileen Gu.
Yeah. She got the silver. It's crazy she's American going for China, but they paid her like 30 mil. Good for her.
They paid her 30 million?
I think it came out, it was like in that range. It might be less, but it's in the millions.
Snowboarder, what is she?
She's a skier. She got 2 silvers. And then we had one girl, I think her name's Shiver. She's like our all-time greatest alpine skier along with Lindsey Vonn. She hadn't won the gold in forever. And her last event, her last chance, she got the gold on slalom.
Oh, that's sick.
And she had great answers about it, where she's like, I had to accept that if I failed, people wouldn't understand why I failed in a sport where you lose more than you win. So I just gave it away. And like, I'm just so stoked to win. But
that's awesome.
I won because I was ready to lose. It was like a good counterintuitive thing. Oh, Michaela Shivrin. That's her name. Thank you, chat.
I've been watching a lot of curling.
Curling's
on like more than anything.
Because I don't know if this is the first time they're doing 3-man curling and 5-man curling.
Okay.
So I'm like, we don't need that much curling.
There's a ton of curling. I've been watching, some of the luge. I was watching the luge skeleton. I think I would crush it at skeleton.
You would be good at that.
Face down.
Face down. I think I would love it. I think I'd be so stoked to do. But even that, like bobsledding too. Like,
dude, that is crazy looking.
It looks like they're just holding on for dear life. Like I don't like. I'm sure there's a ton of athleticism required to do it well, but I don't know, dude. It just looks like a blast.
It does look. It does look. The
doubles. You get in. You're just like, all right, hang on.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what are you supposed to do? We have a friend that was an Olympic. Colin Coughlin.
Yeah, he was a bobsledder.
He's a bobsledder.
Yeah,
and he's built like a horse, man.
Did he win any medals?
I don't know if he was in the Olympics or he was like training for it or not, but he's still. I mean, he looks.
Yeah, because he's from Lake Placid, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like asking him, I was like, where can you learn how, like Lake Placid for sure, but I don't know where else you can learn.
It's one of those things where they say, Summer Olympics are public school, Winter Olympics are private school.
Yeah.
It's only, where do you find these things? I have no idea.
I think there's only 2 tracks in the U.S. I read.
That's it?
I think it's like Lake Placid and maybe there's one in Utah. Let's look it up.
I'm sure there's one in Utah because of the Olympics, but the funny thing with the curling one too is, when I was looking into it, I didn't realize they call it like a gentleman's sport, so there's no refs.
Oh, yeah.
Even in the Olympics, they're like calling their own. It's like calling their own shit, which is like that's
for curling.
Yeah,
and that's why there was that double tap controversy. Did you see that beef?
But it's still like you're supposed to call your own fouls, basically, which is crazy. Like in something like the Olympics, it seems like this guy.
Yeah, he was dropping F-bombs. That was fun.
Yeah, tell him to fuck off.
So what's the scandal? He went past the line?
No, and by the way,
let it go, and then he touched it again with his finger.
And
once
there's
he let it
no
go,
way
he
that
touch it again.
Can't be like that. Cannot have
he
any.
touched it. Oh wow.
Yeah. I think he was in the wrong, but he did a good job of being like indignant.
Curling looks like a blast, though. Can you imagine like?
I'd love to do it.
Like getting a crew together and do some curling.
I had the opportunity to curl once.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Where were you? Wyoming?
Switzerland.
Oh, sick.
And I was too jet lagged. I
missed
it.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
I'm pretty sure each of those stones is like $15,000 also.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're not like, it's not like something you get from Gart Sports.
Dude, good ref, dude. I used to love going to Gart Sports.
They still in business at Gart Sports?
Was it Gart Brothers? Was that the name of it?
I think it was Gart Sports and maybe Gart Brothers, and they had the big balls out in front.
They might have switched from Gart Brothers to Gart Sports. Dude, I used to love going in there. They always had the best gun section, dude.
Dude, you can look at the guns and you can play like some mini golf or something.
Yeah. You just go in there and be like,
oh, yeah.
Sir, can I see the Glock 40? You'd be like, yeah, just keep your finger off the trigger. But this thing's so sick, dude.
Yeah, a full set costs $15,000. Olympic set.
Dude, good. Did you know that already, or were you guessing?
No, I saw a video. I saw a video about it.
I was like, damn, bro.
Dude, if I were to guess, I'd guess like $60 maybe. And
dude, we should do 2-man luge.
I would love to do that.
What does the guy in the top do? Do we know what the guy in the top does?
He just
holds on for dear life.
Dude, he just sets himself in place.
He's the girlfriend in the back of a motorcycle.
Yeah,
the pillion.
Why do they have 2-man luge?
Dude, why? Also, 2-man. Why are we stopping there?
Faster!
There should be
left. Don't touch.
There should be an event how many guys you can stack on top of each other, and that's like how many points you get. If you get like 40 guys and then you make it down, you get 40 points.
Yeah. Look at it.
I feel like the Chinese would be really good at that.
Wait, that's what the event looks like?
Yeah. You just lay on top of each other.
Yeah, look at that guy. He's just like holding on. You can't even see where you're going.
So does it? You probably want the guys to be almost the exact same size, right?
And
or do you want one bigger
huge
guy, one smaller guy?
Smaller, yeah.
I'm curious what the ideal arrangement is.
Like a jockey.
You can train at a water park.
Move along, kids. I'm training for the Olympics. Get to the back.
Just 2 grown men. You just
Yeah, just some 300-pound guy and then some horse
Yeah,
jockey.
the larger guy goes on bottom, smaller guy goes on top.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you live in Park City, I would totally get my kids in like bobsledding and stuff. Like, you're going to be an Olympian.
They should do a double.
It's like
where
long snapping in football. It's a good like pipeline to like high levels of success.
Yeah.
They should do doubles, but it's skeleton and luge mix, so you're 69ing all the way down.
Yeah. Yeah, and the rules are like you can't take your mouth off the other guy's privates. It's like, look at his technique. How were you able to blow him the entire time you were going down the run? It's like, we work on it all day. Just got to clear my throat, and he knows not to push too deep. And then, yeah, we took turn 3, and we just knew we were in business.
Dude, can you imagine if Joe did the luge? He'd probably get disqualified because his hog would just pull him all the way down.
Well, that was the long ski jumpers were...
They're injecting their dinks, I think.
Are they?
The rumor was... Because the more...
Why? Because you can see it for vanity or for...
Because you can get... The more you weigh, the bigger suit you can get. The bigger suit you get, the more drag you have in the air and the longer you'll float.
So they opted for making the bulge bigger?
Yeah.
It seems...
Look how tight those knees are.
Seems like a smart idea.
Yeah, can't you just go for the quads?
That's like the position I make when I like really need to make myself come as fast as possible.
Yeah, that is.
You just lock the knees and look like a ski jumper.
Yeah.
You gotta have like your quads need to be like as tight as possible to come when you're like 35 years old.
Dude, can we pull up Klybo? I'm obsessed with this guy. How do you spell it? Klaebo, I think. This guy, dude.
What does he do?
He's the cross-country skier.
Oh, is he the one, the Norwegian?
Yeah, I think he's going to get 6 golds. He is an absolute... He might be the most insane athlete I've ever seen. Like, his VO2 max has to be like 150. Dude, he goes...
What's VO2 max mean?
Like your maximum aerobic output. I think that's what it is. But he can like sprint uphill on skis and be like running 12 miles an hour. Have you watched him?
Didn't you do that when you were skiing? I thought I saw a story of you like climbing up the mountain.
Yeah, skinning up.
Is that what they call it?
You put skins on the bottom of your skis so they grip, so you can ski your way up. It's awesome.
Sounds miserable. My God,
it is miserable. my sister's like, I'm gonna go with you.
You're good at cross country.
Did it make your quads burn after?
Oh, my quads are on fire. I burned like 700 calories.
That's a ton.
Damn.
Yeah. But my sister was like,
I want to...
It's a double cheeseburger, baby. Yeah.
My sister's like, I want to go with you. And she thought we were going to like chat it up. And we get like a third of the way done. And she was like, this is the worst thing I've ever done.
Would you do that instead of another marathon? Would you do like a big cross-country ski thing?
Yeah.
But I guess how would you prep for that? The speed skaters do a lot of rollerblading.
Yeah, I could go to Santa Monica and do that. I would love to cross-country ski.
Like Jutta Leerdman?
Yeah.
Dude, how about those...
I love it.
Those Netherlands speed skaters.
I mean, the feeling you feel when you...
Pretty ladies, man. It's pretty insane.
The feeling you feel when you get to the top... Whoa. To the top of the mountain.
It's insane.
This is Jake Paul's girlfriend or fiance?
I think they're engaged. I don't know. They're all and Femke Koch is also really pretty too.
Femke Koch?
Yeah, she's the 500 champ.
Dude, what a name.
Yeah, they're very impressive.
Where's she from? Oh, Dutch. She's Dutch.
They're all Dutch.
They're all Dutch. Oh, wow.
The Dutch are like the best at it. But we got a guy now, Stoles, who like uses their style, who's like the best American speed skater ever.
Sick.
But he didn't get the gold in 1500. It was a bummer. But he's still a legend. Dude, look at his... Can you look up his quads? Watch this, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, the second photo, second to right here.
Wow. Saquon Barkley.
I could never have a bad day in my life if my legs look like that.
Isn't that great? He's only 180 pounds. That's how big his quads are.
Oh my God. Horse legs.
Stud. Dude.
I remember I was living in Utah in the 2002 Olympics, and there was this like really pretty, I don't know her name, but she was like a redheaded figure skater. See if you can find it. Just do 2002 redhead figure skater Olympics. But I had such a big crush on her. When I found out she was married, I started crying, and I was like, couldn't handle it. My dad had to like calm me down.
He started crying.
Oh, that's it.
You know that's a thing? Stendhal syndrome. When you fall in love with like someone in a piece of art or something like that.
Oh, she was very real.
Some guys feel it like very powerfully.
with that guy in the bottom, the second row.
That's who she's married to?
The right. I don't know if that's who she was married to.
Oh, he's a stud.
I thought she was like the hottest girl in the entire friggin' world.
They were married?
I don't know who she was married. I don't know if they're usually married to like their ski partners, but she was married to somebody else.
That seems complicated.
I had a big thing for those hairlines too, like that kind of hairline that like covers like basically the whole face.
The proceeding?
The preceding hairline that just like...
Why do you like that?
I don't know. I think maybe it's biological. If I have kids with someone who has a hairline like this, my kids are gonna have like this thing.
Solid flow
well into their 60s. Yeah, oh my God.
I had the same thing with big heads on a woman.
Like big heads?
I loved like a big solid head.
Who's an example?
People I dated. Just in popular culture, who would be one? Alana Mayer, maybe the rugby player.
Rugby player, great.
Oh no, it's with an I. There it is. Yeah, she's got a big solid head.
Okay.
I hope I'm not being disrespectful. Hey, don't laugh at her.
No.
Yeah.
Whoa. That is huge.
Crazy reference, too. You pulled that reference so quick, I know that you've had it like in the bank before.
No, you put me on the spot. I just went through the Rolodex quick. Yeah.
Top crush. She's got a big head.
She's strong.
Keep going.
I was really into the girls who have like the skin that's like super close to the skull. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can
see their bone structure.
You can see like the exact shape of the skull. For some reason, I found that fascinating. I think like Olivia Wilde was like that, maybe.
Oh yeah, she's very strong.
Where it's just like everything is like there's like no space between the skin and the skull.
The cheekbones.
Top up Dorian Yates.
Wow.
Yeah.
He has this more than anyone. Look up like when he's buff, like the second to top right to the right
like
of that.
when he's like
to the right
down
of
to
that?
like 2% fat.
Yeah, they're right there on the right.
Wow.
Oh, mogging.
He said he would get his body fat so low it hurt to walk. He had no fat pads on his feet.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
he's just on bone?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Jeez.
And you have like no water in your system either. I'm sure your kidneys are about to fucking die. I had kidney stones one time, so I'm like very careful about staying.
Did you have to pass it? How'd that
I got him zapped.
Oh,
and
okay.
I thought, so I didn't know this. I thought, I'm going to go get my kidney stones zapped and that's going to be it. But then you have to pass them after that.
So you had to pee it out.
Then you had to pee them out and they're big. And the worst part about it was...
What did they do when they zapped them?
Well, they break them up. So it was like a big like 10 millimeter kidney stone. They break it up so it's smaller and then you have to pass the smaller ones. But the worst part about it is they put a catheter inside of you.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever had...
No. It's
basically like as thick as like an iPhone cord and it goes... out your dick, up into your kidneys. And I was researching it beforehand, and everyone's like,
so it goes all the way up your dick?
It goes into your kidney.
Oh.
So to like make sure it doesn't close up or something. And I was doing research beforehand, and everybody was like, don't let them put the catheter in. Tell them not to do it. It hurts so bad. It's the worst part. And so before I'm going under... Oh, there's another funny story about before I was going under, too. But I was asking, I'm like, hey, please don't put the catheter in. Please don't put the catheter in. And they'll say, we'll do what we can do. And also, I've gone to a few surgeries the past like couple of years, and going under, I love going under. It's one of the funnest things ever.
Yeah.
And apparently, I just like start lying my ass off right before I'm about to go under, because I remember getting a card from the Kaiser people, very nice people, and I was like after the surgery, like 3 days after the surgery, I don't know what I was saying, but they go, "Hope the surgery went well. Congrats. Have fun on your tour with Rogan." So I think they're like, you're a comedian. I think at some point I was like, yeah, I'm like opening for Joe Rogan. Pretty soon. And I was like, what the fuck was I talking about? They probably knew I was so full of shit.
Why not, dude?
Are they able to put the catheter in while you're awake?
They probably,
or do they only put it in while you sleep? Because I don't even think I could handle that.
No. I mean, it was when I was, I don't know if they can. I'm sure they can. They obviously can, but it'd be super painful. But so then I had called them, like, I had to get this thing taken out. And they just basically pull it out. Oh. And so they're like, so I go there and my dude, it is not only like the most like painful thing. It's like such a weird sensation that you've never felt before. Just this like, yeah, it's like this, probably this thick. Ooh. Coming out of you. And it's just coming slow and it's like touching all the insides that have never been touched. And it's just like, Oh, that was the worst. That was the worst part.
Wait, and how did you get it? How do you get a kidney stone?
A lot of it's diet and not drinking enough water. I think, you know what I think it was from? One, not drinking enough water. And also I was taking all these weight gain supplements.
Oh, that's tough on your kidneys.
And they have so much random shit in there too, like just like dextrose and like all this random shit. And I was taking those for a long time to gain weight. And I think that was like a huge...
Oh man, I didn't know you were that concentrated on weight gain. I wouldn't have made the crack earlier if I knew it was like a legit thing.
No, it's fine. I mean, that's back when I was, trying to...
You're a stud, man. Yeah,
trying to put some more weight on too. But the weight gain stuff too, that was... I've chilled out a little bit because I'm like, I feel like better now. And dude, trying to gain weight, I would just feel like shit like 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Like drinking these shakes, trying to eat 5,000 calories a day, being always tired, being bloated, like just like... the worst shits you've ever seen.
Yeah, your hormones might work better at whatever your weight is right now. And you look like you got to be like low teens body fat percentage. Like you seem like you're in good shape.
I'd probably like, around 14, 15.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's ideal. Don't they say that's where your like hormones function the best?
Yeah, because I think once you get too low, then that's when you start getting like...
You're out of, you don't have enough nutrition going on.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just don't want to get the kidney stone, so I just drink a little thing of lemon water every morning.
Smart. That's smart.
But yeah, the dehydration I think is the main thing, and also even nowadays I'm like a salt fiend. I eat so much sodium. I just love that shit.
Are you doing any of the what are those packets called?
Like liquid IVs or something?
Element?
Yeah, Element.
What are those?
Our boy got us on him, but then like a month after he had me on him, he's like, "Oh yeah, they got lead in them." I'm like, well,
"There's no way. There's no way there's lead in them."
I know. Maybe not. I mean, they're still being sold like crazy.
I guess the supplement industry, they're just it's not regulated. So
if you're deep in that stuff, I mean, we went to a health food restaurant, all of us, when we were on a shoot about a week ago, and we all had tummy aches afterwards. So I don't know, like every one of us, there's like 5 of us, all have different health backgrounds and stuff, and all 5 of us were like, we feel like shit right now.
Yeah, we're just bogged down by beef tallow.
But that's supposed to be better for you, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe like
we're just used to the other stuff.
In large quantities, maybe it's just... Yeah, I think it's just thick.
And it was expensive as hell and didn't taste that good. So I was like, this is a tough mix, bro.
Santa Cruz, you guys follow Santa Cruz?
That's whose restaurant we went to.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Sorry, bro. I like him and I like your stuff. I'm sure we might have got a bad batch or something.
I need to start following this guy. What is his name? Santa Cruz what?
Medicinal.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, he's like...
He's kind of the man right now of the chill bro health. He's like in the bro sphere for health, but he's like a little more mellow than the other guys.
Santa Cruz Medicinal.
And he's like natty and stuff.
Yeah, there's just so much shit out there, man. I'm like, I still eat McDonald's 3-4 times a week. And if I'm like, for me, if I'm just like, I'm more focused right now. And it's like, can I get the macronutrients in? And then I can focus on the tinier stuff.
Look at Donald Trump, dude. He's still like virile as hell. And he says, he's funny. He says if you work out, your body only has so much energy, like lifetime. So like, why are you going to lose hit points working out? Save it for other stuff.
I mean, that's obviously bullshit, but I do believe it.
Whatever works. Like, dude, my dad got pancreatic cancer. Is like basically a death sentence, and he had good medical care. But I do think part of what has kept him alive almost 10 years now is that he kept smoking cigarettes and he kept eating ice cream sandwiches every day. He did not change one thing about how he lived his life. He's like, this works for me. I'm going. And I was scared. I was like, Dad, stop. Like, you're going to die. And I was like, is it just about going out the way you've been doing it your whole time? He's like, yeah, it is that. And I was like, all right, if that's what you want to do. But it's turned out to be beneficial for him.
He's got a high will to live, or
and like I don't know, there's just something about like his body's like, hey, we're used to this, don't switch it up now. And he's like, right, let's just keep it going. I don't. I mean, obviously that's not rooted in any kind of actual study, but it worked for him,
dude. Honestly, there's like so many studies out there at this point, and it's just like, let me just find like something that works for me.
And they're going to spin on, like, now that, everyone's saying there's microplastics in us. Then a study came out that said, like, the microscope they were using to study the microplastics may not have been powerful enough. And it might have been confusing fat molecules with microplastics. So there might not be and I'm like, Well, people have changed their whole lives based off that data. And
Yeah,
now are we just going to flip back the other way?
Well, and then they're going to come out like 10 years later, like microplastics. You need to be getting more microplastics in your system. Like, that's the problem is we haven't been getting enough. Back in the day, they were actually getting way more microplastics in their system, and that's why, so it's just like I don't even know, man. If I'm looking good and I'm feeling good, I think I'll, And
we're probably not going to live forever. So what are you really fighting for at the end of the day?
I think I'll make it to at least 100.
What's up, guys? We got a new sponsor of the podcast. I'm so pumped to talk about Momentous. Guys, Momentous has high quality supplements, and you guys know that January is when we recommit to the habits that support our health and well-being, and naturally we start looking at what we can support, what we can do to support those goals, including supplements. But choosing the right supplements can be confusing, because not only are there so many brands out there, the supplement industry itself is a low trust category. It's lightly regulated, products are easy to make, and companies don't have to list everything on the back.
Yeah, lobbyists in Utah, they got all the restrictions pulled away. You can put anything in that stuff.
Yeah, you don't know what's in there, but that's why we partnered with Momentous. That's what makes them stand out, guys. If you want to get in the supplement game, check out Momentous, because they become the high trust. What's up?
Third party double blinds.
Exactly. It become a high trust brand in a low trust category. They've got creatine. I got some of their whey protein.
So good, dude.
The whey protein is fantastic.
And creatine, most tested supplement in the history of supplements. It's good for your muscles. Get that ATP. Also, neurocognitive benefits.
If you want to get smarter, hop on the creatine. I also got L-theanine. Are you an L-theanine
nice,
guy?
Of course.
I take the L-theanine right before I go to bed. I love L-theanine. Another thing that they say makes you chiller, more relaxed, and smarter. What Momentous has is they have testing, they have transparency. NSF for sport or informed sport. So every product is independently certified, meaning it's tested for contaminants, heavy metals, banned substances, and verified for label accuracy. Guys, this is next level stuff. If you guys want to up your supplement game, get on Momentous. I love their stuff. You love their stuff.
Yes.
They got creatine chews. They got berberine. They got omega-3. Ooh, yeah, I got some omega-3 too. I'm going to start taking that. I'm going to get my dome in check.
Yeah, you need that anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
Keep your knees greased. Keep your elbows jointed.
Momentous is awesome. Guys, make sure you hop on the Momentous train. Right now, Momentous is offering our listeners up to 35% off your first order with promo code GODEEP. Head to livemomentous.com and use promo code GODEEP for up to 35% off your first order. That's live, LIVEMOMENTOUS.com. Promo code GODEEP. Back to the show.
Well, have you guys been paying attention to clavicular?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
good for you, man. That's good.
Just so you know, I'm not even joking. I've been on him for like 4 years.
Bro, let's go.
For a long, back when he had like 800 followers and was always getting banned, because it was just like the most fascinating thing to watch this guy obsess over this thing so much. I found it so interesting.
He has gotten a lot more handsome.
Yeah, and it's just
his language is hilarious.
It's so funny, and I just watched him on the Adam Freeland podcast. The way he interacts with people is just he's so funny, but he's dead serious.
He's dry.
Yeah.
Dude, this is my beef of the week. We got to get Pierce Morgan fired.
Oh, dude,
What do you do?
He's getting cooked by like all these like 16-year-old kids when
he brings on Clavicular and he brings on Nick Fuentes and they just destroy him because all he does like this like really weak feeling moralizing to them where he's like, you said this nasty thing about people. Maybe you want to be here right now and apologize. Yeah. And then they just go, I'm not going to apologize. You're actually a piece of shit. That's all that happens in every interview.
So that was such an interesting thing with that too, because it's like showing like what's changing now is like this old way of controlling people. They'd be like, we're going to control people with shame.
Yeah.
And then like, so they try and do that. They bring like these people on and try and make them feel bad. And they go, oh, how does that make you feel? They go, I don't care. Now what are you going to do? And then they're like, so that doesn't make you feel bad? You don't feel bad for that? But they go, no.
And literally there's so much cachet right now in not having shame. They could bring on like a serial killer and they'd be like, do you feel bad for killing 12 people? He'd be like, nah, I don't. And young people would be like, let's go. Like, you shouldn't, fuck you. But it's true. When you watch it, he does come across worse in all these interviews. It's like, because he's also disingenuous. Like Clavicular kind of pwned him where he's like, do you want to apologize for being in the club when Hail Hitler was playing? Like that whole thing. And then Clavicular goes, no, I didn't play it. I didn't think it was funny. I'm not going to apologize. And he goes, do you want to apologize for being in the Epstein files and being friends with Ghislaine Maxwell? And then Pierce Morgan's like, no, actually I don't. He goes, well, there you go. That's based of you. And then they move on and you're like,
that's based of you.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm fucking clavicular side, dude.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So clavicular, his whole thing is like, he's looks maxing.
Yeah, he came up. So he like does meth to be skinny. He says he's gonna like extend his jaw. He might make himself taller.
He
does
does
with that
meth
bone.
to be skinny.
That's what he says. Who knows if he's telling the truth? But he there is a good lingo that has like evolved out of like his whole POV, where like people like jester maxing, where you're like trying to be funny in public, and like having a cortisol spike, like when something stressful happens around you and people can tell.
Yeah,
it's all like mapped out really well to like social interactions and stuff.
The cell ones might sell where you add cell to the end of it, something. So like if you like going to dinner with your girlfriend, you're like a dinner cell.
Your dinner cell?
Yeah, I feel like you like
incel kind of thing.
Yeah, but oh, you're gonna go play bowling and mini golf. You're not. What are you in some sort of activity cell? Like that's the funniest one. It's so funny. It's undeniably like the funniest shit ever. And I think that's why
all my boys are doing it. It's all over our text threads. And stuff.
I think ultimately that's what people are missing about stuff like this. They're like, oh, what's causing like this thing to take off? Is it because young men are sad and they're lonely? And I'm sure that might be it for like a small majority of people, but for the wide majority of people, it's, oh, this is like so funny and so entertaining, and that's why it's catching on. Most of the people who are talking like this or like watching this kind of stuff aren't watching it because, you know, they're going to bone smash. They're watching it because...
And he doesn't even really... I was reading about... I don't think he really does it hard enough to be called bones. I don't mean to be a Puritan about this, but I guess you got to like really crack the bone to bone smash.
I mean,
you might know better.
If you look at some of the videos when he was like 16 doing it...
He was doing it hard?
He has like this big metal ball and he's just like...
Oh, so he is doing it?
His whole face is like swollen shut. But,
so what's the idea behind it?
Jesus.
He sterilized himself at age 14?
I think he says
no,
there's this thing
they're
called...
saying
like,
actually did steroids at 14 test or something.
There's this thing called like Wolf's Law. He says where if you damage a bone, it grows back stronger and like more robust than it was before. Right. And then they use like fighters as evidence because their like heads tend to get bigger and like more...
Interesting.
The structure's more demonstrative as they get
Mr.
older.
Beast just said if he could invest in one content creator right now, it would be clavicular.
Really?
Oh, it's huge.
I mean, he's making so much money. He's like the biggest thing in the...
He's everywhere.
He's a
totally
streamer?
ubiquitous.
And he's been posting online for like a year. So that's crazy to go from like just living in your grandparents' house to like biggest guy in the world, running people over with your truck. And
he's a streamer?
Yeah, and it doesn't feel new. It's kind of like he's kind of like if you took the book The Game, which was so big when we were young.
Yeah.
And then you had it filtered through like a Patrick Bateman character.
Okay.
That's kind of like the meld.
Interesting.
But he's funny. I mean, there was a meme like a long time ago of like some guy flexing in the mirror and his grandma like taking the photo. Have you guys seen that one?
No.
Dude, like clavicular grandma mirror or something.
We're contractually obligated to cover this too. I'm sorry to the listeners who are just totally
like that
maxed
you
out.
ever seen that?
Oh, hilarious.
So that was him, and people didn't know that was like him posting
like
that.
great.
Like look at the 2000. I think what 2019. Maybe that, I don't know when that was actually, but like looking for looks maxing advice. So he'd post shit like this to like Reddit or these online forums, and like, hey, grandma, can you come in and take a photo of this real quick so I can post it to my friends online? Like that's the vibe, and the pure shamelessness of the looks maxing is also what makes it so funny. Of like, I'm wearing lifts right now. When I take off my lifts, I make sure around my apartment I set up these vantage points. So it's like, oh yeah, maybe you have a couple books over here. So when you bring a girl back and you take your shoes off, you immediately stand on the books so you're higher. And then throughout the apartment on your way to the bedroom, you have like 4 or 5 of these vantage points set. So it's like maybe she looks away for a second and then you kind of scurry to the next one. And now you're still elevated so that they don't catch you.
Right.
It's a good way to live.
Yeah, it's like shit like that. Yeah. And you think he's joking. That's the funny thing. You think he's joking. He's not joking, like even in the slightest.
He lives it. Yeah, it's good commitment to the bit. Wait, did you listen to Alex Jones on PBD?
No, was he on there recently?
Yeah.
What's PBD?
Patrick Bet David. Oh. Yeah. Look, I'm a numbers guy. So here's the thing.
I mean, he's very entertaining.
Alex Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was ripping.
Talking about Epstein stuff? Or?
Yeah, he was big on that. He said spirit cookies means blood. He thinks they're all doing satanic stuff with the Epstein stuff, which is on the
covering
table.
Epstein. Ooh.
Yeah, so he covered that. He talked about why Trump didn't want to get into it, basically because he thought it'd be like bad for the economy. And he is like, I And he thinks everybody was in on it, and he thinks he was like an intelligent. But then he was like he thinks Candace is being too conspiratorial about the Charlie Kirk stuff. Yeah. He's like, yeah, she's gone megalomaniacal. She's lost it.
Yeah. Well, she's saying
I like Candace, but that's just not the case. She's just grasping at straws right now.
Yeah.
Well, she's saying that Charlie Kirk's a literal time traveler.
Yeah,
like she's gone that far.
Is she really?
Yeah, like he's from like a different time and he's came back to this. And
she said he had like an effect on lights, like when he would walk around, lights would flicker and stuff. It's I'll tell you though, if you listen to her say it, it sounds convincing.
I bet.
She's such a good talker. And she looks so good on camera. You're like, oh, this chick's making sense.
I mean, if Alex Jones is like, hey, you need to calm down. You're kind of you're stepping over a line right now that I don't want to step across. And you're like, oh, fuck.
That's what was cracking me up. Yeah. And he almost seemed a little, not like upset, but you could tell there was a part of him that he was like, wait, so I got sued for defamation for Sandy Hook. And I didn't even say it was a conspiracy. I brought 2 guys on for like 5 interviews, and then they misconstrued it during the deposition and said that I said it. Yeah. And the judge didn't even let us go into a secondary hearing based on it. And then Candace is saying, and no one's going to bring it. Like, he's like, I think he feels like a little, like he's getting treated unfairly. Like, why isn't she going down for defamation when he did? Yeah.
I mean, he, when I first heard Alex Jones, I was like, have you listened to InfoWars? Like
I've never seen that, but I've seen clips. I've seen the one clip.
We are transmitting live from Austin, Texas. And then like he'll have his commercials come on. And he's like, bone broth. This will keep you healthy when the corporations are like, every commercial is incredible. It's a whole other world.
It's a whole like just what's so funny, you go to the website to say, what is he selling? And it's all like Patriot pills.
Yeah.
Patriot vitamin C. Patriot magnesium. And it's just like, it's all it is.
Dude, I'm really upset. I was thinking about this on the drive. I'm really upset about this. The politicization of like consumer culture, where I was listening to an episode of like Tucker Carlson with Ray Dalio. And he was plugging a phone company that's against abortion. He's like the only he's like the only phone company in America that's against abortion. Yeah. And then you're like, when you listen to like, I'll listen to like Ezra Klein or something, you know, and they'll be like, it'll be like an ice cream company that's like ethically sourced and like loves gay people. I'm like, bro, can we just get the company that makes the best dishwashers?
This coffee is made by veterans for veterans.
Exactly. Dude.
Like, dude, does it taste good? Yeah. They don't even talk about like if it works. They're just like, we'll sell you a phone and we hate abortion.
This steak comes from cows who love Ronald Reagan. Yeah, exactly. They love Reagan.
Do you guys ever go on Truth Social to see what Trump's posting?
I used to.
I do. I go, every once in a while to use the web version of it. And first of all, it's like 9 ads per whatever tweet, and all the ads is literally any consumer product you can think of. Any of them. Patriot couches. We have tables for
Patriots,
Americans, and that's all it adds. Like, those are the entire ads. It's anything Patriot skateboards, you know.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. And it's like,
I think the left did it first, but now it's gone. Now the right's whole hog on it.
Oh yeah,
completely. Because like in the 2010s, it was like Coca-Cola would always do like, they do like a BLM commercial, or your Peloton instructor would be like telling you why, like, you know, it's a big LGBTQ thing or something. You'd be like, this is weird. But now it's like gone. It's just across the board.
Well, the
anti-immigrant speakers. You want to listen to music? Listen to us. We're American made, with no Hondurans, no Nicaraguans, no Mexicans. Listen to our speakers, brother.
Dude, it's like the vapes are like, this vape is made in America. I went to Texas and they're like, we only have American vapes. Yeah. I'm like, this is the worst vape I've ever.
Dude, someone gave us. We tried one. It's horrible. And it's big. It says it on big block letters.
Made in America.
Yeah, it tastes like shit.
It tastes like gasoline or something.
Do you see Trump's True Social about Bill Maher?
Yes.
It was, I couldn't stop laughing. Oh, here we go. Yeah, maybe go to all.
Bill Maher's funny because like you never know who he's trying to. He's the one guy where I'm like, I don't see him being captured by his audience because I never know who he's trying to appeal to.
He's like, Bill Maher came to dinner. The guy had no confidence. like the way he takes him down, he's like, the guy had zero confidence, so nervous. And I will say he's more talented than, CNN, and he's more talented than Colbert, but he's not very talented.
The fact that he's blasting off these, like, what is that, like 500 words? Stream of consciousness.
Oh yeah, he's like, he never mentioned that Soleimani dead, al-Baghdadi dead, lowest inflation in years. He's no different than Kimmel, Fallon, or Colbert, but I must admit, slightly more talented. Anyway, Bill Maher is a highly overrated lightweight.
He it's funny, we're like talking about media we've consumed.
It's so long.
He consumes so much media.
He's the president. Yeah. He's typing this out.
He should be on there was Beat the Geeks about like pop culture knowledge. I bet you he would fucking dominate in that space.
Oh yeah. They sponsored us before, but they're back and we're just so psyched. Blue Chew is back, baby. Guys, you know what Blue Chew is all about. They're all about getting that boner hard. If you're struggling, if you got just a limp noodle down there and you're like, dude, I got to get my boner back in check, Blue Chew is here to help. JT, tell them about the Blue Chew.
I've taken Blue Chew. It's great, man. I used to have, I'd have boner problems because if I didn't feel like I loved the person, it was tough for me to get wood. But when you're single, you don't really want to be saying you love people if it's not true. But then I would take a Blue Chew and I could bone like a couple times. I would say one mistake I made is that I didn't brush my teeth that much at the time. And I probably should have been, if you're going to be boning someone a lot, you should be brushing your teeth a lot too.
So yeah, Blue Chew and brush your teeth. And guys, Blue Chew is cool because it's a 4-in-1 beast that's setting the gold standard for performance, because they're talking 2 ingredients with blood flow, or that keeps your blood flow rocking, so you keep that cock pumping, mixed with apomorphine and oxytocin to turn up the arousal and connection in your brain and body. So, dude, this is you're just feeling all kinds of things with just a fat tent. Are you guys ready to go camping? Because I am.
The Viagra one, the Sildenafil, that's good if you're gonna bone that night. But if you're going on like a weekend trip with someone, you take the tadalafil, Cialis, because that one lasts for it says 36 hours. It would stay in my system for 48 hours.
So you're able to just get boners.
For 48 hours, you can get a boner whenever you need it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty great.
Dude, Blue Chew's the best. You guys got to get on it. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code GODEEP. That's promo code GODEEP. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
Hey, what's up, dudes? This is Carl. I'm here with my buddy Kyle. He's got a good question that I want you guys to listen to and discuss with us, because it's a huge question. Yo, what's up, guys? Talk Kuz, yeah. It's a little conundrum going on in our friend group. We're just entering some pretty soft and peaceful times. There's not a lot of physical altercation. No one's shooting double leg takedowns. No one's putting Dan in a headlock. Just kind of curious how we, get to the point where we're kind of arguing with each other a little bit, getting more physical. Yeah, we want to ultimately boost the stoke of the boys by making us a bit more aggressive to each other, to kind of build up testosterone, or T, as some would say, and just overall boost stoke within the friend group. So would love your advice. Would love you stoke lords to tell us how to proceed along this path. Peace.
So for clarity, they want to start getting more argumentative to boost T.
They're not wrestling enough.
They want to beat the shit out of each other.
They're not physically roughhousing enough. Dude, I love where you guys are coming from. I think what you're really chasing isn't even a boost in T, it's a boost in connection. When you're grappling with your bros, that's intimacy. And when you know who can take down who, and you know that the guy who can take you down shows mercy on you, that builds trust. That builds camaraderie. I think the thing you got to do is you got to risk it. Look, yes, one of your friends could blow an ACL. Injuries are going to happen as you get older. But if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You got to keep wrestling all the time. When you're in a room, you get behind the guy, you just try and do a little hip slip takedown on him. And you never stop grabbing each other.
Well, they're talking about boosting T. What you got to just go, first of all, go right to the source, start blasting test, And that will probably solve this issue that you're having of being more aggressive with the friends. And you also, I don't know how old you guys are, but ideally in one of these scenarios, there's usually like a girl that is like usually, you know, oh, this is our friend. She's a girl. We've known her for a long time. Yeah. She's just a friend, but really everybody is like trying to impress her. So I don't know if you have one of those that you need to get back in the mix, but there needs to be some like
consequences, some stakes.
There needs to be sniz consequences. Like, oh, if you get taken down in front of, you know,
not in front of Lindsay, dude.
If you get taken down in front of Lindsay, that's like unacceptable. But if you take somebody down in front of Lindsay, then
you've displayed animal superiority.
Exactly. So you'd probably want to get some sort of, first of all, start blasting testosterone at probably 800 milligrams a week. If that's not working, pin 200 milligrams of tren, and that should probably get you right up there. And then you got to find a Stacy too.
But dude, be responsible too, because if you're going to tell them to juice and to fight in front of a chick, they need to be taking precautions. I'm talking about 90-90 hip stretches. I'm talking about lateral banded steps. I'm talking about glute bridges. I'm talking about dead bugs. Every night, have your body greased and lubricated so you're ready for combat the next day. You don't want to just get in there creaky, you know, and fall apart.
Yeah.
It's the long game, baby.
Yeah, maybe start a prank channel too, and just wait till that slowly gets out of hand into just full blown violence.
Dude, you should be streaming all of this too.
Oh yeah, you should always be
filming. There was a guy, I was doing jujitsu at 10th Planet. There was this kid in there. I won't say his name. He strangled me 9 times in the 3-minute roll. By the end of it, he's like, "Thanks for being on my stream, man." I was at the grocery store. Some guy came up to me. He's like, "I saw you get choked out on so-and-so's
Did you know you were on the stream before
that? No idea. He was like trying moves out on me. I was like this ragdoll. Yeah. I'm at freaking Trader Joe's on aisle 7 and some guy comes up to me. He's like, "Yeah, it was fun watching you get ragdoll, dude."
No, he had an audience. Did that boost your tea?
No, because his tea got boosted. He was taken from me. It was zero-sum tea stuff, and he was borrowing heavily. But you know, I feel good about some other stuff, so I'm not sweating it. I'm, you know, more of a Muay Thai guy, anyways.
You're a striker.
I'm a striker. I'm a striker for sure.
So when you're blasting tea, do you shot right in the butt?
Oh, I've never done it. I don't know, but that's what I hear. Butt or quads.
Yeah,
the good spots to do it.
Yeah, the meaty area. Yeah, maybe not even just do tea. Maybe also, you know, put some HGH in there. Maybe some Anavar. You want that hardening effect. You know, it's a good strength booster too. A good stack like that's a good place to start before you get really serious.
Yeah, or go to Infowars.com and get some Patriot pills. I'm sure that'll do something. Or go to the gas station to find the sketchiest pill you can find. Take 3 of those with a bang energy, and I'm sure it's going to make you feel like some sort of an animal.
You know, Smoking Ganj mentioned this, and I think he hit the nail right on the head. You got to start slapping your balls as a group around the campfire. Have some steak over the campfire. No s'mores, just meat, and you guys are slapping balls together, ideally in the nude.
Yeah, and if you're slapping your balls together hard enough, according to Wolf's Law, they'll grow.
Yep.
Some big old balls.
Ball slapping, dude.
What was that guy you just pulled up?
That was our buddy Troy. He taught us how to slap our nuts. Dude, it hurts.
What's the health benefits of this?
Boost your stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
It's an ancient Chinese practice, so there we go.
I'm not sure how this is going to help us find our cause, but I trust the process.
It's going to clear the channels. Then the third eye is going to beam up. You're going to get the transmission down from God, and you're going to go out and create exactly what the people need. Heal the people.
Hell yeah.
You gotta breathe.
I'll try again. I got it.
Breathe. Breathe.
This guy probably sold his tech startup back like 5 years ago for billions of dollars. Now this is what he does.
Tuck the tail so you bring the energy up into the kidneys.
I was kind of light with it. I need to work on my technique.
If that's too much, just try and knead them. Knead them or roll them.
You're not slapping them hard.
I know. I just said that.
I've seen these Japanese chicks jump on this Asian
this is 2021. I didn't know what I was doing.
Dude, hell yeah. No one was going as hard as Troy.
I mean, look at him.
Damn.
Yeah, slapping balls.
You know, Nick, Dude, do you guys think, hey, not to go political again, but do you guys think they were eating people on Epstein Island?
100%, dude.
I think it could be a diversion. They always hit people with the satanic panic when stuff like this comes out to distract. It could be a thing, though. Here's a quick thought experiment, though, because I was trying to wrap my head around this. So say, because people are always like, oh, if you saw that happening, why didn't you say something? Imagine you're on this island and you see this happening. You see people eating kids. You see people, doing all this crazy shit, the most powerful people in the world. And you see that, even if you don't participate in it, are you going to be like, oh, you know what? These people that are killing people and getting away with it, I'm probably going to go tell on you right now.
Right.
If I saw that, I would probably keep my mouth shut. What are you supposed to do?
Okay, let's say all those people are there eating kids, like the Clintons, Bill Gates, whoever it is. They get an email from him like, hey man, great weekend. How do you respond?
Right.
How do you respond to Bill Clinton and be like, yeah, dude.
You're a polite guy.
Yeah, you would say, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was great.
And then you feel bad. You're like, hopefully it stops there. He's like, do it again next weekend. And then you're oh shit, man. Do I make something up?
The former president's asking me to eat kids. I never thought I'd find myself in this situation.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't even know what I probably...
That is true though, where people are like, you should have said something. It's like, well, if you put yourself like through the real movie of it, like it's like Eyes Wide Shut, right?
Yeah.
Like no one expects the Tom Cruise character at the end of Eyes Wide Shut to like, once he realizes they can get to him at home and like how powerful these people are, you don't think he's going to go to like the NYPD and be like, hey, I need to pull the roof back on this thing.
Yeah.
Like it is, but I don't know, but I guess I don't hold people as accountable for not like turning these people in, but I guess the people who participate.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure. Yeah,
that's where I'm like, you didn't have to do that.
Have you listened to Richard Avery on Rogan?
No.
He's all in on the conspiracies. I was not expecting that on the podcast.
Oh, the writer, Roger Avery.
Roger Avery, yeah.
Was he just on? I saw the clip where he was talking about Eyes Wide Shut.
He's talking flat Earth. He's like, here's the thing, Joe. Experientially, the Earth is flat. Experientially.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was not expecting. I thought he was going to talk about movies.
I mean, I think he wrote the Bruce Willis section of Pulp Fiction or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's cool.
He had great opinions on movies. It was hilarious. And then he's like, by the way, the Earth is flat. And they were eating kids, no question. And I was like, damn. I don't know. Have you guys read the Epstein? Have you like actually read the files?
I go through on this website at night. I think is it jmail.world, and it's these people who put all the Epstein files into like a Gmail interface. So you can look through the Epstein files like you're in his inbox, and it makes like searching for them like a little bit more like intuitive.
Wow.
So you can go to it and you just like, you type in pizza and like all the pizza emails come up. If you type in
jerky,
Elon, jerky, whatever you want to type in, it all will come up there. So and it just makes, because they just dump them on you. It's kind of hard to search for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it just makes it like a little bit more fun to kind of poke through, see who he's emailing, see what they're talking about. I mean, most of it's pretty boring stuff, but.
And the spelling's not that good.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. How bad? Like, what I can't figure out is the I don't know what kind of phony yet or what, but the constant equals mark. That's in like everything, and it's like that's not really a thing. That's like, at least on my phone, like it's something you hit by accident.
So do you think it's maybe some kind of like code,
or like is it something that when they're releasing them, they're just like, I don't know, but it doesn't feel right when you like.
Yeah, is it some kind of like just processing error?
Yeah, but the way they like email like billionaires, that's like one thing I've learned from this is like I need to start emailing like that like a little bit more to get like a little bit more like power. Stop
that's a good takeaway. I'm not emailing enough.
Stop proofreading your shit and just send it off like you're busy as shit. Like I
think that's a powerful thing. I think when you're the top of the food chain, you can make mistakes and everyone's like, oh, they're just so busy and they have so much swag, they just don't care. But like if I hired someone and they kept misspelling things, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Oh no, it's something you do to somebody who's your equal to try and establish like
dominance.
Just so you know, I've been here maybe a little bit longer than you.
Exactly. Totally.
What did you say? This guy said it. Apparently, the constant equals is due to the large amounts of PDFs being transferred.
I think he genuinely means PDFs there and doesn't mean it as a. Yeah, that is confusing though because it's. Should we listen to another voicemail?
Hey guys, I am a California listener who lives in a faraway country, and I have an important question. I hope you don't play this on the fucking podcast because I sound really high. I'm not. I have a question for you guys. I really need your take because it's about poop and shit. And so I have a husband, love him dearly, and he is really into having a clean asshole. And, you know, I recently discovered, like, first of all, he's not a guy that farts. He's not a guy that, you know, takes big smelly dumps. Like, he's fucking clean, okay? He's clean and proper. But I noticed recently that every time he does go for a shit, I don't smell anything, but I always hear the fucking shower start to run right after. And, you know, I just sort of thought like, oh, maybe he's wetting the toilet paper. I don't know. And then one day our daughter was like asking me, Mom, can you wipe my butt? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then so I go to wipe her butt and she's like, you know, Dad said the best way to clean your butt is like, is in the shower. And I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess. And then I basically realized that my husband has been using our shower, our bathtub, as a bidet, basically. So like he shits and then he sits his ass over the side of the tub and he washes off his ass in the bathtub where I bathe myself every night and my kids every night. And you know, I don't know what to think. Like, first of all, does anyone need to have such a clean asshole? Like, he's never asked me to rim him. So, like, is he just waiting, you know, for the day I just decide, hey, I need a bite of your ass? Or, like, but, you know, I just think, like, when I'm taking baths, am I just soaking in his shit flakes? Like, that's all I can think about now.
That's
and
fair.
I don't want to shame him, you know. I want him to be proud of his clean asshole, but also, like, is it hygienic to use your bathtub as a fucking bidet?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
This is clearly coming from a woman who has not experienced the opposite side of this, where it's a man with the dirtiest asshole you've ever seen in your entire life. This is like a steak is too juicy situation. Like, this is a good situation to be in. I also do this, by the way.
Every time?
It's on a case-by-case basis, but usually at least once or twice a day, probably.
Once or twice a day.
You go over the edge and you just let the water run down?
I just take all the clothes off, hop in real quick, and just turn it on the jet setting and get in there. It's just the best.
Do you get your whole body wet, or do you just aim it up your ass?
I just aim it directly up the ass.
Do you have like a removable handle, or do you? Okay, so you just put that in your ass.
No, I don't put the. You make it sound like I put the handle like way deep. And
no, I mean you aim it. You aim it at your. You aim it.
Yeah, so it's essentially just you know, you don't have a bidet, but you're just using this as.
Yeah, but you wipe before you go in.
Yeah. Yeah, but wiping never gets everything, dude. That's like caveman.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. I just want to know how much particulate we're bringing into the shower.
Well, it all goes down the drain.
But some of it's landing on the what do you call it? The cast iron?
So yeah, but here's the thing. It's either doing that right after you take a shit, or it's doing that same thing next time you get in the shower. It's still there anyway. Same thing's happening. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not to get too technical, I do feel like your boxers are probably absorbing a good percentage of it before you transition to the shower. But here's
that's a nightmare scenario as well.
But here's what
if your boxers are doing the heavy lifting, that's a problem.
I like what you're doing. I think it's optimal. But aren't you asking a lot of the people you live with?
What do you mean?
I think if you're gonna have that technique, and I respect it, you should have 2 showers. One for the people who clean their butt that way, and one for the people who don't. But do you think they're dropping as many shit particulates into the tub as you are?
I think, yeah. It's the exact same thing. Because you're saying that your boxers are doing the heavy lifting, and that's
I
a whole
didn't say the
separate.
heavy lifting.
You said play the tapes. You said the heavy lifting.
Well, no. Then I misspoke. The wiping, the wiping is doing the heavy lifting.
Yes. The wiping is doing the heavy lifting.
And then after the wiping, I think the boxers are doing some debris absorption. The JT files. What am I? I'm not the one.
JT
the
files.
chat's saying JT files. I'm not the one taking dumps in other people's tubs.
No. I mean, here's my thing on it. And
are you soaping?
No.
Does soap follow the wash?
It's just water.
It's just water.
You're on the hot seat, brother.
Whoa, I did not expect this to be on the hot seat. First of all, I thought this was a completely normal thing. I thought this chick was crazy. I didn't think I was the crazy one.
Did you hear the message that the chick was crazy?
No, she made herself seem like she was crazy at the beginning. She was like, I don't want to,
No, I I think it's just get a bidet.
Totally. I mean, that's obvious. That's like the easiest solution for everything we're talking about right now is get the bidet. But
you do have a clean. I mean, look, as a result of what you're doing, you have a cleaner butt. I would be more inclined to rim you than Chad or Jake right now or myself, because we're not being as thorough in the butt rinsing. Well, but there's externalities to that, and the family is suffering.
Yeah, and I'll take you one step further. One thing I do, I shave the ass crack too. Completely bald down there.
Because you don't want any doo-doo getting stuck in the hair.
Is that irritating though?
When you first start doing it, it's. I remember
how itchy is that?
Your body gets used to it after a while. But I remember the first time I did it, I was like a freshman in college.
Like the whole the ass crack or the whole. All inside.
The crack. So
he's doing the whole thing.
Any debris that is
like a razor, like a Mach 3 Gillette.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going down there with a blade.
Yes.
Good.
So you don't want it sifting through hair. That's disgusting. That's like what bears do. But so
you have a lot of like shame when it comes to hair.
Oh, that's interesting you say that. Because I've been shaving my entire body since I was a little kid. And I remember my dad being like, since I found a razor, I was always like shaving my arms.
So you shave your arms?
Yeah.
God, that's
my whole body is like
you're like a dolphin.
I've always had this aversion to body hair, and I remember my dad being like, it was like a big conversation, like when I was like 6, being like you got to stop like shaving.
You were shaving your whole body at 6.
Yeah, as soon as I found like my parents' razor in the bathroom, I got.
What kind of hair did you have at 6?
Just peach fuzz, whatever. But I didn't want it on there. There's no. I can like, what's the reason to have this on here? There's no reason to have this on here. It just kind of makes everything look a little bit different. I want everything to look the same. So I would shave it all off. Then my dad's like, hey, people are gonna think you're gay if you keep shaving this off. And so he's like, there in Utah, there's this amusement park called Lagoon, and he goes, if you don't shave your body for 6 months, I'll take you to Lagoon.
Really?
You can ride the roller coaster. So
did you make
I
it?
think incentive works better than punishment.
I think I did, and then
Lagoon is sick. They have Cannonball.
Oh, that's awesome.
They got the wild mouse there. They got the samurai.
That's well worth it.
This is it's like it's in Salt Lake, Utah. It's like, or a town like right outside Salt Lake, but it's a really fun one. The Colossus, the wild mouse.
Have you seen Cannonball?
I don't know what Cannonball is. Is that one?
It's the tower.
We had
Cannibal. Sorry.
Is that Lagoon? That must be. I haven't gone there since that one was installed. If that was.
That looks great.
But yes, back to your point though. It does. When I first shaved it, it was chafing really bad, and this was during Hemp Fest in Seattle. Mm-hmm. This is back when I would smoke, and so we got we took a bunch of bong rips in the car or whatever, and then I'm walking on Hemp Fest. It's in Seattle. It happened to be like over 100 degrees that day. It was crazy hot. And I'm like walking around, I'm like, oh my God, like it feels like my ass is like bleeding or something. But it's hot outside, I'm just sweating and you're high, you're freaking yourself out. And then I like, let me just check real quick. I reach my hand back there and I take it out and it's like just covered in blood.
Whoa.
Covered in blood.
Oh man.
Just chafing.
Jeez.
So you gotta get that. It probably takes a few months to get, that all.
But you kept doing it after that.
And now it's smooth, yeah. And then now it's just so much cleaner.
Perfected the practice.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said something true. You should be sponsored by Manscaped. Like, I feel like you could be their number one person.
Yeah. Just for completely. Yeah, I had Nair reach out to me one time.
Nair's tough. I naired my chest one time. I don't like that process. You smell the burning and stuff.
And it's they're like, oh, it's easier. It's like, actually, it's way more messy and it takes way longer.
And you ruin a towel. Like,
yeah, and your whole apartment smells like shit.
My buddy, dude, A-Bomb before 4th of July, naired his arms. He always did stuff like kind of wrong. He left it on too long. Oh. And then I come to pick him up in the morning. He's like, I can't go, bro. I feel like a lobster. And he's just burned all over. He's like, I'm going to look like a freak. And I was like, no, dude, he ended up crushing it. But I was like, and then I had another, to the original thing about the butthole cleaning. I had a friend growing up. He spent the night at our house all the time. I won't out him by name. His name's bleep that. And he would go into my shower and he'd bring a sock and he'd wipe his butt with the sock. And I wouldn't know he was doing it, but I'd go into my shower later and there'd just be a sock in there that was covered in doo-doo residue.
Really?
Yeah. And that was his process.
Wait. Ew. He didn't wash it?
The sock?
Yeah.
It would be wet, but it'd be like,
oh wow.
He would go in there like it was like a glove and use this sock.
Interesting.
Like a puppet.
Right,
and clean his butt.
That's too far.
But that's interesting. You think it's too far. I thought you'd be like excited by that.
The
sock, because doesn't that seem like the cleanest version? That's gotta be better than...
Yeah, but the aftermath of what you have to deal with is negates. In the shower,
so there is a limit.
Shower just go, oh yeah, there has to be a limit. Like when people are using like the reusable diapers or some shit like that. Have you thought about that with your kids?
No, I didn't even know reusable. Oh yeah, because you clean them so it's not as wasteful.
Yeah.
No, that would have been tough.
That's gnarly.
I respect the people who do that, but no, that was something I was totally content to be wasteful on. My kids are potty trained now though, which is pretty awesome.
Way to
go, guys. Love you.
When I was hearing the voicemail though, I was kind of like, my first thought was let him do his thing. If he wants a clean butt, that's fine. It's better than I heard my sister-in-law told me about her friend who her husband leaves shit stains on the sheets.
Oh, that's gnarly. See,
and so
that's what I'm talking about. She doesn't know.
And let him do his thing.
Yeah, with him, let him do his thing. You know,
let him take dumps in the bed.
Let him, shit stains.
Guy works hard. Come on.
Yeah. Apparently, he's like a very successful guy.
He is.
He's doing big $1 million deals and leaving shit stains in the bed.
Nobody's perfect. People take dumps in bed.
But yeah, I think like I guess there's like doo doo in the tub, coming down. Yeah, if he's wiping first, I think if he's wiping first, then I don't think that's any different than when people shower. But I think he should be using soap. So the soap cleans it. I think maybe that's she needs to tell him to use soap.
Or he could just, because it's also the kids are bathing in there, and the way you bath kids is like they're sitting down in there.
They're in dookie.
So they're going to pick up more residue than an adult that was just on their feet.
Yeah.
And
I didn't think about the kids.
That's the game changer. I think you don't want to stop your husband from having a clean butt and from living the way that makes him happy. But I would just be like, yo, dude, you got to like bleach the tub once a week and you got to pour soap on the bottom.
Yeah, pour
when
soap.
You're done. I would feel bad doing this to him, but I'm like, you got to add some time to this thing to make sure we don't, and because it's true, you're probably not in more feces, but it does mentally feel like you're in more feces. So you got to account for that.
I bet if she came home with a big thing of soap for him, that'd make them closer.
Meet him where he's at.
Yeah. But this guy, he seems like he just wants to be clean. I don't think he's expecting a big rim. If you've been married this long,
why hasn't she rimmed him?
And why hasn't he asked?
He's probably embarrassed. Or, he's been setting it up. He wants you to rim him. It's obvious.
Yeah.
And she seems like a super cool lady.
Right.
She sounded pretty too. She should rim him.
But he should ask.
He should ask. That's true.
If he wants to be rimmed this badly...
Like closed mouth doesn't get fed.
Yeah, he's prepping every day. Yeah, squeaky wheel gets the grease. Like, make him ask.
And it's you're not rimming him just because you're the wife and that's your wifely duty. I can tell from the way this guy lives, he's a great guy.
Yeah,
so that's why he deserves that rimming.
Yeah.
And I do too, babe. Is Audrey okay with you doing your butt that way?
Yeah, I think so.
No ish. Clean.
I don't know if she knows, but So
that was the perfect answer. Yeah. You lied to me. You never asked. I didn't think I had to. Do you consider yourself one-liner guy?
no, I mean, I do one-line. Well, if you see my set, I'm not doing one-liners the whole time. I write them all the time to like, and usually I have them as like part of bigger bits. They'll be like
In between
there.
stuff, yeah.
And I always like to take bigger bits and see if I can distill like 3 or 4 minutes down to a one-liner to make sure like the story is like cohesive. If you can distill it down to a one-liner, I think you have a good bit, and then you can expand on it. But I'm not like a Mitch Hedberg just ripping one-ease the whole time.
What up, Stokers? Didn't realize this was a hotline. Currently dropping logs, but been writing down some one-liners and could really appreciate your feedback. Okay, here's the first one. Even the sweetest cookie still needs salt. I think this one's pretty versatile. You can use it in a couple different scenarios. All right. Second one. You're already on the Titanic. You may as well grab a life jacket. It's like, you're already going down. Save yourself while you can. Pretty self-explanatory. Last one here. Let's see.
Is this guy taking a shit?
Stinking on
I don't really know how to use this one, but Santa's got to deliver the presents before getting the milk and cookies. I don't know. It might not make any sense at all, but let me know.
No, they were all good like aphorisms, but and he seems like an awesome guy. But though I would not consider those one-liners.
No,
like jokes.
Yeah, well, to me, a one-liner is a joke. It's like a Mitch Hedberg joke. Or something.
There's no. These are more like
it's like advice,
like a saying.
Succinct advice.
Yeah.
What was the cookie one? Even a little cookie needs a little salt or something.
Even the sweetest cookie needs a little salt. Yeah, like you need balance, I guess.
Yeah, just so you know, that one has been around for like generations and generations. Like that's not like an original thought, even in the slightest. That's like the very first one of the one-liners ever written was like,
he's like, treat others the way you want to be treated.
I like where your head's at. I don't know if there's a way to punch them up because there's no punchlines in there.
Maybe take them to the open mic and see how they do.
I like that. Just give them some advice. The Santa one makes sense. I haven't heard that one before. You got to deliver the presents before you get the cookies. That's that's like you gotta go to your girlfriend's sister's wedding before you can get rimmed. Basically, it's like the sentiment there.
You got to do maximum output before you get the dopamine spike. Yeah, I'm going to sound like such a right-winger on this one, but I was reading the Tucker...
Hello?
Hey, Brew.
Yo, what is up, Stoke,
What's
man?
up, dog? How are you, man?
Dude, legendary. Holy shit, this is real life?
Hell yeah.
It's happening, brother. Wait,
Dream, bro?
in a way, maybe. Brew, tell us what's cooking, man. So what's going on? Can you break it down for the audience? What's your conundrum?
So I'm a newly single dad. Got a 2.5-year-old boy.
Congrats.
And, dude, my stoke levels are slowly deteriorating. I'm having a year-long bad luck spout. And, dude, I just need some inspiration.
Well, you sound like a great guy, man. What happened with the gal?
So, things were getting a little dicey. Found some things. She found something. It was just a whole lot of cool stuff.
Were you cheating on her? Were you doing drugs or something? What would she find?
So, a little bit of a situation where, I found some things.
Oh, you found some
kind
things.
Kind of call things off. Yeah, and then in the process of us trying to work on things, she found some things. Called things off, you feel me?
Were you guys? Yeah. So you guys were both fooling around on each other?
Yeah, it was a little more like I was extremely heartbroken after seeing all that. And I was like, fuck it, I'm a fool around.
Right.
Epic fail. Did not go as planned.
When you say you have a 2.5-year-old son, is that with this girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's the son doing? Is he talking?
Oh, dude, he's goated, bro. I mean, counting to 20,
to 20?
Around talking to everybody.
That's very good. 20 is very good.
Crazy, yeah.
Is he speaking in more than like 3-word sentences?
Oh, dude, complete sentences.
Oh, so developmentally, he's crushing it.
Crushing it. Dude, and his emotional intelligence is just insane. I mean, we were sitting there listening to some Tool the other day, and he goes, Dad, are you happy? And I was like, no, dude.
Right. He could sense your bummer. Yeah. Well, that's tough, man. I mean, you got to honor yourself, but you also want to make sure you're keeping yourself together so the little guy's absorbing the best possible energy.
Exactly, bro.
What stuff?
And dude, I'm like a baseline positive guy. Like my mom.
We can hear it in
lost my dad when I was young, and she like never had a frown. You know what I mean? Like it was just always kind of like super positive light, super positive energy. So, that's kind of like my baseline. But dude, it is slowly withering. You know what I mean?
Well, are you doing stuff that gets you stoked?
Well, dude, so I was, but like I said, I'm on a generational bad luck spout. Lost my job at the beginning of last year.
What do you do?
Ended up having to leave it. Had to go to a job paying way less. Ended up getting fired from that job. It's just been a crazy, like, dude, literally the second that I bought like a brand new skin on Marvel Rivals, my computer broke. So it's like, and that's just like one little thing out of the hundreds that have been going wrong. I mean, dude, I had 2 job interviews the other day, called to like say, hey, I'm on the way, and they were like, yeah, that's not that position doesn't even exist.
What space are you in?
I'm like, what the fuck?
What do you do?
What's up?
What do you do?
Oh, so I'm a pool guy now.
Is that what
I've kind of done a lot of different stuff,
And are those the jobs you've been applying for with pool guy?
So I'm just applying for like third shift stuff right now, so I can have like a second job, second source of income. Because being a pool guy in the winter is like not paying the bills. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But yeah, I'm just trying to find different ways to crush, dude. And I'm fucking like, dude, it's every time I get like an interview, I'm like, let's go, and then the interview cancels, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, well, here's the thing. You're still out there, and you're doing it, and you're trying it, and I think it's going to work out at some point. And finding a job is like one of the hardest things to do. It's not easy. So that is going to like work out if you keep positive and you keep trying. It takes so long to figure something like that out. What would you say, like, of your mental level is fixated on your ex? Are you mentally over that, or is that still consuming a lot of your...
Brother, I mean, this is like a back and forth war of attrition at this point. I mean, it's like one day, hate each other's guts, the next day, just want to be around each other.
Are you guys
that sucks.
Are you guys still banging?
You know what I mean? It's like the worst.
Wait, are you guys still banging?
Dude, yeah, bro.
All right, look, dude, we got a lot of messy. You can't get out of the rut because you're not getting out of the rut. You keep doing the stuff that's keeping you in the same mix, and then you're telling yourself, and you have had some genuine bad luck, but you're telling yourself you're on this generational bad run. If you keep telling yourself that, you're going to look for confirmation of that, and it's going to keep happening.
True.
I think we gotta go. You can't go no contact with your baby mama,
right.
but I think we go.
That's the hardest part.
I think it's tough, man. I think we go no sexual contact with anybody for a couple months.
Oh, dude.
Clear up.
I've been on that wavelength. It's just like once a month, maybe, once every 2 months she'll hit me up.
But you got to take contrary action. Whatever's not working right now, if you keep doing the same thing, it's going to keep not working. I mean, who knows, man? It's life. Right. You just got to try everything. But I would take contrary action and just do the opposite of everything you're doing for a little bit and see how that goes. And then just do stuff that gets you stoked. Do you have something you like to do?
Dude, so, I've actually been talking to my boy about this, and, I've started working out, and I've started, like, trying to eat better, trying to, like, get back into, like, shows, you know what I mean? Because, like, I've just been kind of super consumed with the game, and then my kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I mean, I've just, really, since my computer broke, I've just kind of been working out and chilling, dog, trying to find my zen again,
I think you got to do something weird. I think you got to sign up. They do these dance I went to one with my fiance. The instructor was odd, but like your mom can help out and watch the kid. Maybe you go to I think you sign up for like a merengue class and you do that for a couple months. I genuinely believe if you do that, stuff will start looking up in a couple months. Okay. Is that crazy?
I'll find some weird and wild, bro.
Yeah.
No, I think you got to try new things. I'm just curious how to get you out of the generational or the bad luck spell. You know,
Dude, I think it's crazy, I do think I literally put in my 2-week notice at one of my jobs and they just fired me.
Yeah, but I think
it's all work related shit. You know what I mean? So it's like it's like a constant like something.
Wait, hold on. Let Chad get you here.
Well, yeah, I just think it's like that confirmation bias. I'm not sure who said that, but I think it's if you keep spinning in the negative, it seems like you're going to stay in the negative. So I think you need to try a different class, or I don't know what to do, because you are in a conundrum.
Dude, I live in the middle of the woods. Like I live in rural Georgia. There's one stoplight in my town.
I think you know what I think it is. I think you're wrapped up in the material world, and I get it. There's a lot of pressure you gotta provide for your child.
It's expensive. Yeah.
But I think you need to get out in nature. I think you need to climb a tree.
Bro.
I think you need to get on a rope swing. You're in Georgia. They have rope swings there, right?
Yeah, there's got to be something around here.
I think you need to get back in nature in the present. You know, do a big hike, climb a mountain.
Should we do some manifest?
Yeah.
I'm not even big on this, but I think you could use a dollop. Should we do a quad mantra of good things happen to me for 20 seconds?
Yeah, and try this while jacking off too.
Not right now?
Yeah, if you I think it'll help him manifest.
Yeah, if you want to crank in front of us, if that will help. Yeah.
Dude, I had like a 3-month sesh where I was so depressed I wasn't even doing it, bro.
Oh, that's sad.
That is.
No, you should never be so sad you can't crank. That's
dude, I know.
I think you should change your perspective a little bit, you know, because you said you put in your 2 weeks, then you got fired. Did you get like some kind of severance?
Yeah.
Bro, no, not at all. Dude, and the company I was working for was all like Jehovah's Witness. It was just like a weird vibe, bro.
They're very charming up top.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to get better?
Bro, more than anything.
I believe him. Sounds like a good guy. Brew. All right, we're going to do it for 20 seconds. You ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Good things happen to me. 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 All right, that's 20.
Good things happen.
And dude, my number, you can call me anytime. My number's cut that, Jake. But yeah, you can buzz me anytime, brother.
Yeah, I know you don't know who I am, but I went through. I don't even know if you guys know this. You guys know I was divorced.
I didn't know that.
I don't talk about it too much, but I got divorced when I was kind of young, a little bit older than you, and I recall being in this exact same position. And I think what you're doing, you are. You know, we just did that mantra, you are staying positive, you are still trying. I think that's super important. I think just there's no way around this. What is going to, it takes time. It really just does take time. And once it starts flipping around, it'll change. But you just hang in there while it sucks. And just, you know, it is going to suck and there's no way around that. But time is going to help. And, you know, we talked about, you are in a little bit different of a situation since you do have a kid with this woman. So that makes it, you know, like you said, impossible to go no contact. But if you are able to mentally set those boundaries, whatever you're comfortable, I'm not here to tell you what those should be. But I would probably stray away from any sexual relations. But if you set those boundaries and you stick to them, I think sticking to the boundaries that you set when you're in a good mindset and you go, if I stick with these, it's going to help me. If you stick with those, it's going to compound and slowly help you heal much quicker than the constant falling back and forth. But I don't think there's going to be one magic solution. Just this.
It's good advice. You're crushing it, man. Like a framework. He needs a framework.
The boundaries will, and because that'll also help you feel like you have these small wins. So if you have this boundary where, I'm not going to have, you know, sex with this person, and then they inquire about it, and then you say no, that's going to feel like a big win. And then you know, it's going to be hard in the moment, but you're going to wake up the next day feeling like, oh, I want to keep this going. And once you start having these little wins build and build and build, the thought of like knocking those down or taking an L becomes less and less of an option, because you're like, look how far I've come, and it's going to become easier and easier. And then you compound that with time, and it's gonna heal a lot of stuff. And you know, obviously, I'm not trying to discount anything that you're saying at all, but people go through this stuff, you know,
it's normal,
and they make it through to the other side, and it does suck while you're in it, but try and set those boundaries and stick to them and take those little wins, and then you know, as time goes by, it's going to compound, and you know, things can flip really quick. I mean, you'd be surprised. Like it's you know, this was like 5 years ago for me when this happened, and it feels like forever ago. And once it switches, it's going to be just like something that you don't even, you know, your new life is going to be so much better. And
it's a distant chapter.
Yeah, it's a distant chapter, and you know, I'm sure you've gone through other hard shit, and you're going to get through this just like you got through that other stuff. And it sucks, but just give it time, and you have a positive attitude, and the most important thing I'm seeing from you is that you're still trying, you're still out there. And as long as, you know, you seem like a hardworking guy. I don't know.
Yeah, you're still applying. You're still going for the jobs. That's good, man.
Yeah. You're going to be totally fine. Just, you know, be comfortable with it sucking for a while, and then
he's like Keanu in John Wick when his house just got blown up. Right now, you're picking up the pieces, and you're it's going to take some time, but you're going to kill the Russians.
I was going to say something
I gotta go
similar.
get my dog back, bro. I gotta go get my dog.
I was going to say, you remind me of Nelson Mandela when he was in a pony cell on Robben Island.
Yeah.
Dude, bro, this high praise is
he had
much.
very little he could control. Very little. But he found a way to stay strong, because he was the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Hell yeah, bro.
This is a personal calculation.
Dude, my stoke is already increased.
All right, well, yeah, call back another time. And Brew, hang in there. Be well. Don't have sex with her. Love you, man.
Love you guys, bro.
Bye, brother.
Later, Brew.
It's a good place to end.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. Sam, you crushed that, man. It was so awesome having you on, dude.
Yeah, you're the
thanks,
man.
Yeah, always happy to. It's a blast. Yeah, if you want to check me out on Samuel Orson, I got some new videos coming out. I'm going to try some other variations of the recording for my safety. I have a few that I'm going to try. I just did about 5 minutes of stand-up to the Postmates robots in my area last night that I'm going to post.
Do you feel? Are you feeling a little pressure now that they're cooking too?
Well, they're cooking, and I also want to just come up with like alternative ways, so it's not always doing the open mic, to kind of keep evolving it. So you're going to see the one of the Postmates robot coming up. I'm going to be doing a series where I just go to like you know, a mall and hang out in the elevator. When people get in, I'll start ripping one-liners to them. I'm going to be going to karaoke this weekend. And, you know, I'm going to put on my favorite song, and instead of singing it, I'm going to rip one-liners over the backing track to the whole audience. So I'm going to try some new things just to keep it fresh, and also not, you know, annoy all the open micers in the area that like, oh, here comes Sam, he's going to fucking record our shit again.